Okay, so the University of Michigan football program, as we all know, fire and brimstone from the athletic director. You know how I was saying it as well in all of my videos that there is no reason to suspend the head coach of the program until an investigation is complete, even if there are some dribs and drabs and things of that nature. And certainly when the coach says he didn't know anything and there's no evidence that he knew anything, and the NCAA has a rule saying he should know it, and apparently the Big Ten says it doesn't. It matters if he knew it or not, and the commissioner went ahead and suspended him 3 games. And then Michigan and the Big Ten announced a settlement of the litigation that was supposed to be heard today by a judge. And I don't know how you settle something that has yet to be litigated, or we're not going to sue or try and get a temporary restraining order. And Michigan said that the Big Ten was going to close its investigation. And the Big Ten said something a little bit different in its statement. And I sat there and thought to myself, okay, Rich, it's time for you to steel yourself and get ready to learn that there was a member of this coaching staff that knew about Connor Stallions and what the hell was going on with this guy who is buying tickets all over the place and Venmoing people to shoot videos and things of that nature. You need to steel yourself and get ready for it. And sure enough, today arrives, which means that yesterday's settlement certainly appears to be Michigan getting in front of something. And sure enough, Dan Wetzel of Yahoo and Ross Dellinger, who's been all over the story, and Yahoo just tweeted out moments ago that the NCAA has presented Michigan with evidence that a booster named Uncle T.
Really?
I got a cousin.
Now,
T.
is it just the letter T or T-E-E?
I don't know if he's related to Mr.
Got it.
Allegedly funded part of Connor Stallion's scouting operation. An assistant coach attempted to destroy evidence after the scandal broke. And sure enough, the linebackers coach of the University of Michigan, we're assuming these are related items, got fired today. See ya. And it's a sad day for me, man. I'm not going to lie. You can all have as much fun as you want to have. You know, Michigan deserves the scorn. We deserve it.
I derive no pleasure from your pain, bro.
And TJ, I appreciate you saying that, and the way you say it means maybe you do. But I'll tell you what. I'm fine. You know, in Michigan, I've said it to you every single minute throughout this thing. And the people I feel the worst for are the players. I really do. Because they're so damn friggin' good. This is the best Michigan team I've seen since 1997 when they had to share half their title with Nebraska. And this is the best team I've seen. They are really good. You're going to see them at the Combine. You're going to hear their names on draft weekend in Detroit. And I can only hope that J.J. McCarthy and Blake Corum, just to name 2 that I'm particularly proud of, all those guys in the defense who just lost their linebacker coach because apparently something was up, that these guys can block it out because this is the way through. Just win, baby. Just win, because Connor Stallions and everything else he was doing is gone. And whoever on the staff, I'm assuming this is the end of it. I hope it's the end of it. I have no idea who the hell Uncle T is or why he's anywhere near this program. Uncle T. It's embarrassing. There's just no other way to put it. And I love everybody who's, you know, I honestly, I love my school, and I'm prideful about my school. And this news that I'm hearing just without reading about it, it's just absolutely, totally gutting. And I just want, hopefully, the kids to know who play this game for Michigan, they're the way through. They're the way through. You are the way through. You go into Maryland and do your best to block this out without your head coach there, and do your best to win this football game, which, quite frankly, doesn't really matter in the long run. that if they lose it, if they somehow get tripped up by Maryland, the Ohio State game is what it's all about. Just beat Ohio State. You go to the Big Ten championship game because Penn State has 2 losses. And then you go and win the Big Ten championship. And the commissioner, who seems to have acted prior to his investigation, seems to have acted on information that prior to the investigation being complete, again, that opens up a Pandora's box in my mind, is definitely sitting there going, see, I told you so, to the point where Michigan and Harbaugh accept the 3-game penalty. And there is no, in my mind, outside of, if you will, death penalty or telling the team they can't compete the rest of the year. Sitting out Ohio State that takes a bite. That will take a bite, but they're the way through. They're the way through. And I hope to God, the sports god, if you will. And I still believe to my core, Harbaugh did not know. Now, you could sit here and say, how did he not know? Member of his staff is destroying evidence. How did he not know? How would he not know? Why would he not know? I don't know. I just have known him and I've gotten to know him. But, do you know anybody, 100%? I owe it to everybody, including everybody at Michigan, to shoot everybody straight here because I represent my student newspaper here today. I represent my school here today. I represent my pridefulness of everybody else in the University of Michigan, if you will, Michigan man. I represent you today by shooting everyone straight, saying, I hope he didn't know. And I am nervous as a cat about this because I want to win the right way. And we don't know what everything that this guy got and how it did get disseminated and what it meant in actual real time and downs and distance and wins and losses. And when it all comes down to it, for being held accountable, does it matter? Maybe not. But in terms of how good this team is, the Aiden Hutchinsons of the world, you saw, half the secondary for the Bengals last night, either getting banged up or, in one case, insanely called for a pass interference on Zay Flowers that didn't really exist. But you're seeing them all at the next level. They are that good. And in order to make sure the naysayers and the Feinbaums of the world who refuse to acknowledge Michigan winning a national championship, if they do, that you are that good, this has been ripped out root and branch. Everybody's been given a way heads up that your signs that you were doing in the first month of the season potentially are inoperative now. Same thing for Michigan, too, as their signs were stolen last year. But this is about today, and Uncle T and whoever got bounced from the Michigan staff, according to the NCAA, must be true if the guy lost his gig. Uncle T. And so, the way through is for these kids, go win football games.
Yeah.
Block it out. Be yourselves. J.J. McCarthy has that smiley face on his hand to remind himself about, the larger picture in life. Be happy. Be yourself. Do your thing. Do your thing. And if you want to say it's Michigan versus everybody and that's helpful, great. Great. You want to do it for your head coach that you believe, like I do, much to, I'm sure, the skepticism of everyone else out there, including, I think, everyone else in this room. You want to do it for him? Do it. But do it for yourselves. And do it for all of us who are dismayed over this news and think to our core, doesn't matter anyway, because you're that good. And prove it to everybody. And go blue. But this is not a great day. Not a great day. I thought today we would have our day in court and Harbaugh would be back out there on the sideline because nobody on the staff knew. And instead, the linebacker coach is gone in a terse statement. And Yahoo Sports is getting leaks from the NCAA. What's up? Yeah, because it did smack of questionable It was questionable that a guy who needed to repair vacuum cleaners on the side was just shelling out money for tickets on his own. I don't even know what to say other than go win football games. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.